Don't rescue anymore. Is this a warning?
No punctuation or capitalization. Aw, what a cliche.
Ain't this just a prank? The kind of stuff that only happens in the movies?
Did you show this to your uncle?
Well, if he sees this, he'll know that we're involved, he'll finally have proof, and that could get really bad for us.
Senpai, Dojima-san is trustworthy, but it may be best to keep this to ourselves. He will ask why you received such a letter, and if he were to put you under surveillance, our hands would be tied.
That is sadly true.
If this letter is real, what's most important isn't what it says. It's the fact that it was delivered to the Dojima residence, addressed directly to you.
Which would mean that whoever sent this knows where we live and knows who we are.
This means the culprit knows in great detail who has been interfering with his crimes. And of all of us, he chose to deliver his message to the Dojima residence, home of a police detective.
That is an incredibly bold move.
I'd have this letter checked at a crime lab if I could, but even then I doubt they'd find anything.
With how clever they've been so far, they probably wouldn't have left any evidence or fingerprints on this.
The text is a warning, while the subtext expresses the culprit's confidence that we can't use it to pinpoint his identity.
So it's useless to tell the police. In fact, that would make things worse.
Cross your fingers, it's just a prank.
I think the chances of that are slim. This message is too specific, too perfect to be a prank.
That is exactly what I was thinking.
But how could the killer know so much about us?
Well, I mean, they're probably watching us on the Midnight Channel every time we come on.
Could he be watching us from somewhere?
Teddy's been saying for a while that when we're over there, he senses someone watching us. Wait. Every time we went to the other side to rescue someone, did we end up on the Midnight Channel ourselves?
I mean, the people at school did mention that they saw Rise on a striptease show. They didn't mention anything about seeing us, though.
I don't know. It seems like no one else knows what we're doing.
As Chie says here.
I haven't heard any rumors about us at school. Even the people who I know check that channel haven't said anything. The only gossip I heard was about the people who disappeared.
I see. Come to think of it, how the Midnight Channel works is still a mystery.
Let's put aside for now the matter of what that world truly is. There's too little data to go on. For now, we need to keep in mind that the culprit knows who we are. As long as we're all aware of that, it will be enough for now.
Yeah, guess there's no use thinking about stuff we can't understand. Freaking out over speculation is just what the killer wants us to do, right?
Yeah. All right. Mind if I change the subject then?
That's usually the case with these serious scenes.
The Culture Festival's just around the corner. What's our class doing again?
Oh yeah, it hasn't been decided yet, huh?
I heard we'll be voting on it soon. But aren't they still gathering ideas?
Whoa, I think Yosuke just got hit with a bolt of inspiration.
And that means the bolt of inspiration got a one more.
Whatever it is, it'll be out there. I'd bet my lunch on it.
Hey, Senpai, have you decided who you'll be going around the campus with during the festival?
Real subtle there.
My schedule's still wide open, you lucky guy.
Oh, she just had to say something.
There are a few very interesting things that open up to us today in town, so I think it's a Jeunesse department store. There's a costume we can get. Okay, so now the show's happened. I think we probably could have got this earlier. We get Jeunesse Coveralls, which I think is different to the Jeunesse apron that we also got earlier for Yosuke, I think. Which I still haven't shown, I don't think. Yeah, there's two different Jeunesse outfits. And if we go to the north of the central shopping district, there's this guy, and he's pretty inconspicuous unless you go up to him and talk, and then he turns to you and you can see those sunglasses. Yeah, just like those agent suits we've been wearing in the TV world. We need to talk to this guy. It's actually kind of hard to notice, and it's... well, we'll see why you want to talk to this guy. Not really sure why some random person on the streets is asking questions like this, especially things like this. What's the best way to obtain someone's email address? But if you have maxed out knowledge, you apparently know these things, which might actually raise further questions. Okay, clearly someone with a lot of respect for Naoto. And we get the white card. By the way, you also need max courage to even talk to this guy, so it requires both max knowledge and courage. And as we can see, it involves Naoto. Don't think like that too much, or, you know, you'll be just like, those people who are obsessed with the Midnight Channel, I guess. Okay, let's send some more price stickers while we're here. Okay, I saw this when I was in the Midnight Channel. Yatsufusa plus Nidhogg can give me Suiki, which is a bit of a waste of the Repel Elect skill since you already naturally have that, and I also can't pass down any of the Agidines, which is kind of a waste of Yatsufusa. But on the other hand, I do need you, and the only other way to make you is via, yeah. I guess I'll go with Makarakan. I'll still keep passing down Repel Elect just for, were you wiping your nose there? Yes, you're still wiping your nose. Insert comment about rudeness here, although that is an Oni, so I'm guessing it doesn't really care. An Oni with higher magic than strength, though, which actually fits into, how blue Onis work in Dungeons & Dragons, but I don't think that has any real basis in Japanese mythology. Yeah, see, at level 62, Enduring Soul is a pretty great skill. It fully revives you the first time that you're KO'd with that persona equipped, and you can pass that down to Ongyoki. So yes, because we got a Moon persona, we're going to be seeing Ai. Or are we? Yeah, we have to go to Daisuke and ask him, but like I said earlier, this does not use up time. You just need to make sure that Daisuke is, well, there. Which he usually is, even on days where you can't hang out with him, like here. And that's really all you need to know for now. Now we can do Moon Rank 6, which is actually a very, very important rank.
Sure.
This one is also considerably different based on which strength route you're on. So I actually do have the alternate strength path recorded. Because I do find the core version of this a lot more interesting. Because Daisuke's response is very generic. This time we're not even given the potential of reversing the social link, we do it automatically.
Yo.
The way this happens in the anime is even funnier, and it's with Cole in the anime. Another reason why I prefer the Cole version of this. So Daisuke just bluntly turns her down. With Cole, the reason for rejecting her is a little bit more interesting. And once again, she heard everything. That's just one guy, though, and he has his own reasons why he's not interested in romance right now.
It's not like I have any other redeeming qualities.
Oh, I consider this one of the hardest hitting voice lines out of all of the non-party social links. This line is just, wow. This is also... You can say anything here.
You're so nice to me.
And here is where this social link gets very interesting. The Moon social link splits into two paths at this point, based on what you choose during rank 6. Some guides label this a little bit wrong too. Both paths can lead to platonic routes, but only one of the two paths can potentially turn romantic. And it's up to you to think about the circumstances right now and try and figure out which is the best option here. For now, she's not really thinking straight. She doesn't seem to be genuinely interested in you, rather she just is desperate to have someone think that she's beautiful.
I'm sorry.
As she says, she's a bit confused right now. agreeing to date her here will probably not be a good idea. But it's still a rank up. I do have footage from the other path recorded though, which I will be showing as an extra thing. So yeah, the Moon Social Link, I think you're starting to realize why it's a lot more popular than you'd think it would be from first impression.
Thank you.
I is like, if there's any character who just shows that first impressions aren't anything, it's I.
Oh, welcome back.
And we can harvest the vegetables. Also, we can harvest a mirror. Yeah, I really wanted those mirrors. They're actually going to be pretty great against a fight that's coming up. Shadow Naruto is not the only boss in the game who really hates reflectors. Aha, more corn. Yeah, speaking of reflectors. You know what? Speaking of which, I think I'm going to go all in on corn right now. I just really want to make sure I have as many reflectors as possible before that fight. It does make things a lot easier. So tonight we're just going to be reading, in this case, Food Fight! Exclamation mark. And hey, the shelf looks a lot more complete now. Where is Food Fight? There it is. Finishing this will increase the effects of Mega Beef Balls, which is a bit weird because we only need to max out Diligence now. It's always funny when there's a bit of punctuation in the title of something and it gets used as like a fill-in-the-blanks part of the coding. There are still some pages of Food Fight! Exclamation mark left. Saturday and Sunday next week. Why do I get the feeling it's going to be a very big set of days for us in more ways than one? Yeah, thanks for guilt-tripping us there. Hey, rest areas are pretty good in Persona 5, don't knock them. I mean, if this school ever becomes some kind of cognitive dungeon, that rest area could save someone's life. Speaking of our class not having decided what to do...
Well, as you all know, next week is the Culture Festival. And as you also know, we still haven't decided what our class is going to do for it. You guys don't care, do you?
We are going to decide based on the suggestions we have so far. Please vote for one of them. Here they are. Break area, video room, and study room.
All of those sound kind of boring. I mean, what kind of videos are we talking about? Also, I'm pretty sure nobody would want a study room.
Wow. Sounds like whatever we pick, we don't need to put any effort into it. Talk about lack of motivation.
Yeah, but the easier the better, right?
Says me, generic NPC voiced by Sam Riegel.
Oh, one more. Group Date Cafe.
Hey, who put in a suggestion like that?
Yosuke, your tone is immediately betraying you.
Was it you, Chie?
Yeah, right. Why would I do such a thing?
What's a group date cafe?
Oh no. Oh no, this is not going to end well.
Who knows? But I doubt anyone will vote for it. Our class is actually a pretty serious bunch.
Oh, Chie, you just tempted fate.
Yeah, it's just a joke idea. You gotta have one weird one mixed in, you know?
Yeah, I didn't do it at all.
Ah, figures.
We'll be passing around the vote sheet. Just circle one of the suggestions.
So, it actually does not matter which one you vote for, but I think it's in character for you to vote for the joke option.
All right, time to count the votes. The first vote is Group Date Cafe. Second vote, Group Date Cafe. Huh? Seriously? Third vote, video room. Fourth vote, group date cafe. Group date cafe, group date cafe, study room, group date cafe.
Oh, first place? What are we gonna do?
That feel when you put one option in there as a joke and it ends up winning and you have no idea what to do.
Don't ask me! This is your fault! I do wonder, though. Do all those people who voted for it realize they have to run it themselves?
I've never been on a group date before, so I was a little curious.
What the? You voted for it?
Yeah, I thought it would be sad if no one voted for it.
But Yosuke's the one behind it!
Hey, it wasn't just me. It came in first place. The public agrees.
Well, since the majority rules, we'll be doing the group date cafe. But what does that even mean? Is it like speed dating? Can we really pull this off? You'd all better pitch in on this.
Actually, would the teachers be okay with this?
I get the feeling that Miss Kashiwagi would be very okay with this.
Dude, how could Kashiwagi say no?
Oh, the game read my mind.
Miss Kashiwagi's busy getting ready for those two notorious pageants. That's why she's leaving it up to us students to decide what to do.
Yeah, right. She just dumped it in our laps because she didn't want to bother.
Group date cafe? Are we gonna get any customers with this?
Seriously, what is a group date cafe? I voted for it and I didn't even know.
Then why did you vote for it?
Oh my gosh. How the heck's this gonna turn out?
Well, I know for a fact it's going to be a glorious disaster. I am very much looking forward to it. When the investigation team is involved, glorious disasters are inevitable. Now, today is also going to be interesting because it's raining, so you'd think that most school social links wouldn't be available. But we do have that card that we can show to Naoto. Maybe this is a blessing in disguise. We can talk to her about the creepy man who had a request for her. Well, we're gonna spend our afternoon being interrogated then. So this gazebo in the park here, it's gonna be a major boon to us. I was expecting this to be voiced, but it doesn't seem to be. It was someone who, literally was called a man in black. And yes, they knew that I knew you. And considering we just got a threat letter... But then again, why would someone do something so obvious? I mean, if it is the person who delivered the threat letter, they're, yeah, being completely stupid if that's the case. Yeah, with all the cases you've solved, you've probably made a lot of enemies. Okay then, yeah, that's kinda sexist. But no, she's our friend, we've gotta help her with this.
I apologize.
She's finally starting to open up to people a bit more, and that means... The Fortune Arcana, or Wheel of Fortune to use its full name, represents fate, luck, and the ongoing cycle of life. It's an indicator that life is always changing, sometimes for good and sometimes for bad, and that it may change for reasons that are beyond your control. But even if things seem hard now, as long as you persevere, there will always be good times ahead. I think it's notable that the Strength Arcana, representing emotional strength and strength of will, comes right after Fortune in the deck. Fortune can also represent a major turning point in one's life. A new opportunity to make a significant change for the better that must be seized in the moment. Social link characters who represent this arcana tend to be those defying external factors that are negatively impacting their life and attempting to seize their own destiny. Mythology-wise, this arcana is very simple. All its personas are deities or other mythological figures associated with fate. And in gameplay terms, they usually specialize in win skills, and in Persona 4 in particular, a lot of them have very high magic stats, and often learn some powerful supporting skills too. Our Fortune social link is represented by Naoto Shirogane. We've seen her throughout the whole game, but now we're finally forming a bond. And despite coming so late, this bond is actually not that hard to max out. It doesn't require that many points, and most of Naoto's dialogue choices give ample amounts of points. If you have a matching persona the whole way through, you'll only need one spend time session to finish this one. Further helping matters is this social link schedule. Not only is it available for many days of the week, but it's even available on rainy days, for some ranks. That's actually because many of this social link's ranks take place under the park's gazebo. Those are the ones that can be done on rainy days. And while, just like lovers, there aren't a lot of personas of this arcana, Naoto's social link skills are very good, and the ultimate persona of this arcana is also quite strong, so it's one I would highly recommend going for. It's important to note though that like Moon, Fortune is one of the only social links in P4 that can be reversed, but really it's quite easy to avoid this. And also like Moon, it's one of the few social links where you can possibly be locked out of the romance route based on your choices earlier in the link. I will point out the choice that flags the romance route once we get there.
Shall we go home now?
I like to headcanon this is just like the P4 anime and they're actually talking about the Mega Beef Ball. That's just such a great moment. Like, it's after they rescue Naoto and...
Welcome back.
Like, Yua's like, actually, there's one thing that I'd really like your help with as a detective, and then it cuts to them and Aya, and it's like, you see, no one has ever figured out what goes into the Mega Beef Ball. That's just, I love that, it's so great. Underneath the meat, more meat. And underneath that, more meat. Anyway, yeah, that was generally pretty good. Okay, do I still have Tower? I don't think I do. No, I do still have Tower, so I can afford to skip straight to tutoring. Which, just to double check, is what we're doing tonight.
Can you teach me this?
Yeah, I'm a native English speaker and I still don't really know what participles even are. I do feel like people who learn it as a second language usually are more, like, knowledgeable about the actual grammatical concepts than people who just learn it by growing up. I have studied a lot about how children learn language, though, which is just interesting. Well, yeah, that is sadly how a lot of tests work. Even a lot of my, like, writing tests and like, you know, English, like, literature analysis tests in high school, you basically just memorize, like, pre-write an essay and memorize it. Oh boy, that's not a question that, you want to be asked, but, I mean, I hate to lie to this guy, but apparently this gives you the most points. There definitely is, if kanji is any indication. You know, honestly, I kind of find this even worse. Just, yeah, I don't know. It's probably because I haven't really dealt with physical bullying that much, but emotional bullying... is definitely just the worst. The high school I went to was pretty good about stamping it out, though. Mostly. It still happens to, well, I'd say year 7s, but yeah, the grades in Australia just continue straight up from primary school, but they're the first year of middle school. You know, it's fun to talk about things that aren't relevant to your studies sometimes. Yeah, not only do we get more social link points, we also get a stat boost. This guy definitely seems to like us, and that's certainly going to help with our tutoring. Although just thinking, like, you've always got to kind of get the right balance, because I'm just being reminded now of how, like, when I was in university, I think, like, one of my, like, longtime friends actually did tutoring, and I was like, no, I am not gonna have you tutor me, because that would be really awkward. In fact, there were even, like, well, the way that my university worked is you had lecturers for, like, the lectures, and then tutors for the tutorials, where you sort of cover the material from the lectures, and a friend of mine actually was a tutor for computer science.
Hello, it's Rise.
And I was just like, oh, seriously, please do not let me end up in your class, because having, like, a long-time friend, you know, the same age as yourself, mark your exams would be kind of awkward. Don't know if anyone else has been in that situation. But, as much as I really want to hang out with you, we are actually hanging out with Kanji today, so, yeah, giving up one of my favorite social links for another of my favorite social links, so I think that's a fair trade. Okay, what are you selling, Tanaka, and what can I probably not buy, because I am kind of tight on money right now. We're not quite Yusuke, but we're maybe getting there. Pure Assassin. I think we can actually buy that from Daidara now. And more diet food. More of those chess keys and extra prize stickers. That's pretty cheap. Tanaka, you, actually made me spend money when I said that we were kind of poor. Thus, the power of Tanaka. He wasn't the devil social link, in, P3 for nothing. I want to go out and see if there... I mean, we've checked all around Inaba, but are you saying anything new? Yes, your animals love cooking, but humans don't. I wonder why. I actually think the melon seedling's the last type of seedling that she ever sells. I don't think you can ever get any other vegetables, so we're pretty much, like, unlocked all of those at this point. Can I just check something? That random dream about Rise, that didn't give me enough, did it? It actually did. Okay then, that's interesting. Yeah, obviously you can't rely on that for a guide though, so I probably shouldn't do that, because I'd just be taking advantage of something completely random that happened, but, I don't think there are any days where I can really move, the rank 10 to earlier, though. Oh, this guy does have new dialogue, though. I feel really bad for that pig now. Yes, almost, wrecked by a pig. Well, Yosuke got his bike wrecked too, so, kind of happens around here. Anyway, yeah, I do still have Emperor. So we're gonna hang out with Kanji, and this is as good enough time as any to say that, yes, remember I said before that Kanji is one of only 2 party member social links who are not, like, their rank 1s are not automatic? Naoto is the other one. So, yeah, it's Kanji and Naoto, who are the 2 that you actually have to go out of your way to establish social links with. Kind of weird like that. You'd think that... Because, yeah, every other party member has an automatic rank 1. I don't know why it's just these 2. I mean, admittedly, they are both, like, the party members who, to quote the anime, suck at making friends, so I guess it does make sense that you'd have to really work hard to reach out to them. Oh no.
Huh?
Either of these two work, but yes, Kanji did nothing wrong. And I'm not even saying that ironically.
That's right, punk!
Yeah, Chie just dealt with them. Ugh. This is the interesting part, though, because Kanji has to finally be honest about what he was doing to get out of this situation. He's stuck at a point where he needs to be public about his hobbies.
Hey!
Oh no, that's... misunderstandings. Well, with the music change, did we actually convince them? Lol Naruto, but yes. Kanji, you tell them yourself.
Thanks, man.
Kanji's amazing. And then intimidating people by threatening to teach them how to make dolls. Just though all of those lines are so good. I don't know whether he should be happy to hear that or insulted. Hey, she's corroborating your story. That's helpful. You know, Dojima really needs to reform the police department here. He's still being kind of tsundere about this. But yeah, Kanji's definitely grown a lot. This is one of my favorite ranks, actually. Apart from, you know, the police being kind of awful. And Kanji gets a new skill out of this. Regenerate 3. I think these actually do stack together. is there anything here that I can afford to get rid of, really? I mean, Elect Boost is like, I don't know, I mean, like, Regenerate honestly isn't that major of an effect. I kind of am okay with only having one of the Regenerate skills, to be honest. I mean, Elect Boost is a little bit of extra damage sometimes, and that can help. Yes, cold. That's what it is. It's not a surge of liquid
Thanks.
pride.
You're back.
And tonight we're just going to read Food Fight again, apparently, which should finish it because of speed reading. I think we're behind on catching bugs, but I can easily finish that later. Like, we've got way too many bugs even without that book. And by... yeah, that's 2 exclamation marks because of the one contained in the title. So yeah, at this point, Mega Beef Balls will give us better benefits.
Yo.
And this is why I like Cole's version of iSocialing more, because he rejects her because he likes Chie, which adds another interesting element to all of this and makes this whole situation even more hilarious in the anime, where Yu goes into an amazing coughing fit after he hears this confession. I feel bad that I keep bashing on Daisuke so much, but I like Cole's version of Strength and Moon better. I'm so sorry.